Hey guys, so it's July. I'm in Karlskrona in the Blekinge archipelago. I'm waiting for my new crew to arrive. They're coming in a few hours. It's pretty windy today. We'll probably go just a little bit down east and find a sound there that's pretty protected and stay there for the night, and then we'll see what happens. So stay tuned.
Last time on She Rules the Waves, we headed east and south through the archipelago. And on our way back, we stopped by the Marine Museum in Karlskrona. This time, I bring in a new crew of so-called grown-ups. We do grown-up stuff and keep sailing east again through the beautiful islands. Our channel is really growing and we're happy to share this journey with you. So keep in touch on our social media and don't forget to subscribe.
Hey guys, the crew is here. Woo! And they got t-shirts.
Vilka tjusiga killar.
Old Swedish 80s movie paraphernalia aside, it was time to hit the sea. It was a quite windy day, blowing into the 20s, and since our goal was only about 4 nautical miles away, we decided to just sail with the jib. And we were still doing around 6 knots as soon as we were out in the lane. We actually did the same trip from Karlskrona to the island of Knöse last year, in roughly similar conditions. But that time we ended up being stuck in the protected sound for a couple of days because of a gale coming through. But I can already disclose that that's not going to be the case this year. We found our favorite spot and threw out the anchor. But just to be safe, we also put a spring line to an iron hoop in the rock. We did a short check of the surroundings before it was time for the mandatory anchor beer. Suddenly a bunch of people in a motorboat came by and did some cliff jumping. We got really inspired and it wasn't long until we all jumped into the fairly warm water. After dinner, the beer just kept flowing, and when the sun set and the wind was totally gone, it was time for some more swimming into the night.
You're a a poor lonesome cowboy and a long way from home.
The next morning was, if possible, even lovelier than the day before. We got a visit from some kayaks that seemed to be part of some kind of orienteering competition. Then Mi decided it was time to step up and do some cliff jumping of her own. Woohoo! And after some more swimming and cooling off, it was time to weigh the anchor and take off. We motored out of the sound in the beautiful summer weather. Our plan for the day was actually to get all the way to Utklippan, but due to the light breeze we were pretty fast to change our destination to Ornö. We hoisted the sails before we turned east towards the Möckle bridge. At first we had a nice beam reach, but as we got closer to the coastal inlet before the bridge, the wind shifted and we had to start tacking. That happens a lot around this spot. It seems the wind tunnels out of the narrow lanes between the islands, and it doesn't seem to care much about what the meteorologists say. Once under the bridge, the water gets really shallow and it's important that you stay in the narrow lanes between the markers. Since that was dead upwind, we tried to furl the jib and start the engine before entering the bridge. That's when we noticed that the furler line had tangled itself inside the drum and it just wouldn't furl. While I tried to figure that out, Freddan had to make his debut at the helm. After some troubleshooting, Mi got up to the bow and unfurled and then refurled the entire line by hand. Well done. Thankfully, that job well done also meant that the furler actually worked when it was time to take the sails down.
And there was much rejoicing.
Although it was the first visit to these parts for the rest of the crew, we landed at yet another of my favorite spots. And except for a pretty dramatic landfall, we soon felt right at home and went for a short exploration of the island.
That's where U-137 hit the ground back in 1980 something.
Then it was time for a classic Swedish summer dinner. Look at this. Yummy. That smooth rock surface became our home for the rest of the evening. I really can't retell all the topics we conversed about that night, and I probably wouldn't even if I could, but wow, what a night we got.
We have a sunset, we have Rom on a cliff, we have the moon. Jag filmar. Ja, då har du den. Studsa den då, studsa. And me. The moon.
And while the moon was slowly gliding over the mesmerizing night sky, I'm sure you'd have to look really hard to find 4 more content people than us. So, thanks for watching this episode, and don't hesitate to click the like button and share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. Next time, the so-called grown-ups sail on towards the rock in the ocean called Utklippan. So until then, take care.